I say, welcome to the viewers, Media Detox here, and I want to talk about Medal of Honor Warfighter multiplayer and my wish list for it. This map is huge, and this gameplay is kind of bad. I apologize for that. I'm just trying to beat my sniper rifle class in Battlefield 3. I mean, I've beaten them all except for it, and I'm an average sniper at best, so just bear with me on this. But let's move past the gameplay into the discussion. Medal of Honor Warfighter wish list. When it comes to the multiplayer, this is my personal wish list. In the comment section below, please let me know what your wish list is. What your personal wish list is for Medal of Honor Warfighter in the multiplayer. Mine starting with better maps. A lot of the maps just have a spawn camping problem. I mean, it's ridiculous, especially if people are sniping in Digwagal Camp. I don't even know why they named it that. That is a ridiculous map name. I want better map names. But anyways, I could get sniped all the time just by spawning, and it was ridiculous, and there's so much camping in that one map. And Kandahar Market, that also just has a bunch of camping. I mean, there's so many maps with problems with it. I mean, I think the only one that I haven't really noticed with the worst camping is the map from the beta. I mean, that one is probably the perfect map because it's not symmetrical like all the other maps where it's just one side. It's like A to B, you know? It's got like A, B, C, D, which makes it harder to camp. And it was a better map, honestly. And I could see why they put it in the beta, because it was the best map out of the ones that they released that on the disc that sucked. I mean, I like Medal of Honor. It's fun. It's just the camping kind of ruins it. And I want that spawn camping to be at very minimum level if disappear by the time Medal of Honor Warfighter comes out. And I think they're taking care of that because it was such a big problem in 2010. So they're probably taking care of it. My next thing that I want is gun customization. There was gun customization in Medal of Honor 2010, but it wasn't very extensive. I mean, we got a couple scopes, a laser, for pointing at enemies. The laser didn't really even do anything for me. I mean, it seemed useless. A silencer, heavy barrel. I mean, it wasn't even that extensive. We got a few basic things. I mean, it was a basic gun customization, and I want them to take that step further and let us get even more scopes, more choices for the barrels, flash suppressor, just a suppressor, or maybe just a different tip that we haven't seen before. Under barrel grenade launchers where we can take that on or off, or put an under barrel shotgun, something like that to bring more variety to that gun customization. And my next one would have to be keep the score chains. Yes, the score chains was a fantastic system that they implemented into Medal of Honor 2010, and probably one of the best things that they implemented into Medal of Honor 2010, because it's something that's not really in other shooters and makes it that much more distinct. And it includes offensive and defensive choice. I hope they include that, but as far as I know from the classes that I've seen, they do not include that. It is still score chains, but the ones that it's based on the class that you choose. So if you choose the American USFOD, you get a certain one, or the United States Navy SEALs, you get a certain 3, and it's going down to 3. It's an interesting choice. I'm not sure if it's going to lean more towards like how Call of Duty feels. I hope not. I mean, I like the way that Medal of Honor 2010 handled scorch streaks. I mean, I really had no problem with it. I guess I had one problem with it, and I felt like the FMJ ammo and the vest didn't really do anything. I think they would need to emphasize those more if they brought those back. But as far as I know, they're not bringing them back. They're completely doing a new thing, but keeping it at scorch chains. I mean, we're just going to have to see, because I didn't get to play the alpha. I haven't seen a beta, and we're just going to find out when the game releases, I guess. Going off the score chains, I want to say that one thing that they should improve, this is on my wish list, is that they keep the focus on the gunplay. This is very important because Medal of Honor 2010, I think, is very fun because it has that focus on gunplay. And I have to do it. I'm going to reference Call of Duty again. Call of Duty 4, I think, is the best Call of Duty multiplayer when it was released, and still a lot of people prefer it, the play style, because it focused on the gunplay. I mean, it had the kill streaks, but it only had 3, and they were very, very basic. It was UAV, airstrike, and a helicopter, and the helicopter could be taken down easily. The airstrikes were just real quick, and it focused on the gunplay. People were trying to get kills for the rewards, and I mean, even after the rewards were gone, they were still trying to get kills with those guns. I mean, nowadays they're trying to get the rewards so that they can get kills, and get to that next reward. They're not using their gun to get to that next reward, and I think Call of Duty over the years has fallen off of that gunplay, just that gunplay gameplay, and I miss it, and I hope that Medal of Honor Warfighter will keep the gunplay gameplay, and I hope that it would take it farther than Call of Duty, because the gunplay is really what's most important in a shooter, right? So why wouldn't we want better gunplay in a game about shooting guns? Just saying. So if they focus on that gunplay, I'm going to be happy. I hope they take my wish list and put it on there, make at least me happy. More guns. Holy shit. More guns. The amount of guns in Medal of Honor 2010, very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. When I got to Tier 1 status on my assault class and my whatever the M4 class is, the engineer, I think it is, or something like that. But anyways, when I got to Tier 1 status for both of those, I was very depressed with the amount of guns that there were. I mean, the shotgun was for all classes, MP7 was for all classes, and then you got the other side shotgun, which was for all classes. And then you got, let me think. No, the shotgun was for the engineer. The MP7 was like the only one I can think of that was for all classes right now. Maybe, no, the P90 was one class too. So you get 2 primaries unlocks for each class, and then you get the other side's gun. So, and then it's the same thing for each class, and it was kind of ridiculous because we have these other games where we get at least, I want to say like over 6 primary guns that we unlock. That is at least the average. We get over 6, and this one's delivering 2. I mean, it was just depressing. And then you get like a Tier 1 version of the gun, and it looks cooler than the other gun, but it's just the same gun. So there's no real reason to get it. I just want more guns. Danger close. I just want more guns, and I want them to feel different. I want each gun to feel different than the other. So I hope. This is just all wishing. More game modes, please. Call of Duty, have to compare it. I really do. It has a long list of game modes. Sure, I don't play a lot of them, but if Medal of Honor has more game modes, I might play them all. I mean, it just depends on how Medal of Honor handles its own game modes and how it uses them. I heard Capture the Flag is being added. I'm not sure if they're keeping all the modes from Medal of Honor Warfighter. I don't think they're keeping Combat Mission, but I'm hoping they add more arcade modes. Like, I'm actually hoping that they add free-for-all, because I feel like free-for-all would actually fit this time around, because you're choosing the classes from different, countries. So if you have a bunch of different countries going up against each other, I think that would be really cool and interesting, because those are all different classes. So I kind of hope for a free-for-all. I know Fire Team mode is coming, where it's like 2 teams, or not 2 teams, it's like 6 teams of 2 or something like that, and you have to stick with your partner. That also seems interesting. I want more interesting game modes that will utilize Medal of Honor's what they're trying to use to bring people in, which is you pick a country. I want them to use that more, and I think by having free-for-all or other modes like that, I think it would improve it. And adding more arcade modes would also bring in more players, because people don't want to always just play team deathmatch or game modes that are objective, completely realistic game modes. They want to have more arcade feeling to them, and it brings more enjoyment and more excitement. Like, that's just my own personal belief. I hope they don't go completely realistic in their game modes. And my last thing is, let us know when we rank up and what we unlocked. So in Medal of Honor 2010, I would unlock items. And when I unlocked items, I didn't know what I unlocked. Basically, it would put up a medal saying that I've moved up in my status, and then it said, well, that's actually it. And then I had to go into my create a class and look at what I unlocked, or go to the unlock tree and see what I unlocked. I just wish, it's a small thing. I mean, just put it up real quick. Just put it in letters. It's not a big thing, really. Just let me know real quick. Oh, and that was not my last thing. This is my last thing. A kill cam. Let me know who killed me. I mean, camping was a big problem because you get shot and it shows your dead body and you don't know where it came from unless you saw the guy do it. So it doesn't matter. It can be a kill cam, or it could just be like Battlefield where it just shows where he's at, like in a vague kind of way, or even do your own where it puts up the drawing of the map and it puts an X of where he's at. You know, I think that would make it so much more interesting. Even like you have to go out and find him that way, not knowing where he's at, but going out and finding him. I mean, in fire team mode, they kind of fix that by highlighting him red for your fire team teammate. But then what if he dies? You know, and then what? Then what? So I mean, all I need is some way of knowing who killed me and where they're at, and it's just a small thing that I want. Because Medal of Honor 2010, I mean, it didn't piss me off too much, but it's just a small thing that they should add, and that's really all on my wish list. Everything on there was my wish list. Let me know in the comment section below what is on your wish list, and don't forget to like the video, like the Facebook page, follow on Twitter, and subscribe. That was your media detox for today, and I will catch you guys later.